realistically, you're training a system with information to look for certain things. And in Zixie's case, you're training within the transferred side. Within, and I just had a question come up. Within Michael's case, it could be on the production side or the monetization side for Ethan. But realistically, if you're not getting cost savings, what kind of value are you seeing? Because now we started to talk about the fact that you can have people doing other things, but Ethan, for instance, are there things that you are having delivered that you would not, the value that you are creating that you could not create in another way?
I don't know whether it's from our perspective. I don't know if it's that
Hmm.
you can create the value in another way, but to create that value in another way would be far more costly than applying AI to it. And I think you look at the economies of scale that you're trying to go, and it's not just an OpEx CapEx discussion, but it's really about user experience, and then ultimately sort of on the advertising side, what the value of that is. So you go back to like the first example that I had, right? Where like as far as weather goes, all I want to know is the pollen count, right? And all
Hmm.
the rest of the stuff is just useful information to me, but pollen count to me is actionable. We can start to target that because now the AI knows that's of interest to me, so you can start to send ads to me that are tailored to that. It also makes that experience better. So this way, when I go looking for weather, I'm going to go back to the place that has that information easy for me to find, making it simple and making my life better, right? Downstream of any AI that was applied, it makes my life better as an end user. So it goes back into the stack. It's the same as what Michael or Eric is doing at Zixie, where on that QoE, like if you can continue to deliver great streams of high quality, I'm not going to fall off of them. I'm not going to say, you know what, that stream awful. I'm not going back to that anymore. I'm deleting that app because I know I'm going to get a consistent experience. And I think there's a lot of value in that. It's not value that hits a ledger anywhere, but it's value to the brand and to the end user.
Okay. Um, but would you say that it's something you are able to create something with machine learning that you would not be able to create otherwise?
Oh, absolutely. And again, and again, that goes into that, application of AI or machine learning into
Hmm.
your particular foundation, right? And what you're looking to do with it. You can create, I mean, we've done some projects, where we were creating highlights with using AI, no humans involved, just creating highlights from different sporting events. We've done some stuff on the political side with presidential and congressional debates where you're pulling out the highlights of the debates and sort of matching up the responses so they kind of make some sense and stuff along those lines. So
Hmm.
there's a lot of value to be created there. Is there an audience for that, right? It's the next question you have to figure out, right? And then, obviously there's some ways to use AI to find the audience for that stuff you've just created. Probably not a great business model, but you can then start to use those AI learnings that you've got. So, sort of what Michael's doing with transcriptions at Discovery is the next step from that. It says, okay, so let's take those transcriptions, feed them back into a natural language understanding model, and then you can start to like create derivatives of that programming, and start to serve up some bite-sized pieces of programming that drive people back into full content. So there's lots
Okay.
of different ways to start to apply that and create value from it.